In the last month, we had a look into the medical termination of pregnancy. Now we are also having one more article. Here it is the Indian Express editorial on a recent Supreme Court case on the same. Now firstly, let us revise the medical termination of pregnancy and its various conditions. For example, if there is a woman who is pregnant and that woman seeks to conduct abortion, so there are various gestational periods and the various permissions required according to those periods here. Now, firstly, if that pregnant woman is between 0 to 20 weeks of pregnancy, to abort that pregnancy, that woman needs one medical practitioner recommendation. But not everyone can do that. There are some grounds for the same. And these grounds are, for example, if that pregnancy is posing a risk to the life of that woman, or is posing a risk to the mental, physical health of the woman, or if there is a chance that the child who would be delivered would not be having a normal life ahead because the fetus right now is actually abnormal, or if there were some issues with the failure of the contraceptive device, right? And now it is applicable to any woman, married or unmarried. It is very important for your prelims, guys. Also, if that particular woman is between 20 to 24 weeks, you need 2 medical practitioners right now, because it is right now a serious case, because the fetus is no longer at a very low level of development. Right now the fetus is almost ready for delivery, right? That is why you are actually talking about taking a life if you are aborting that child. So things must be very serious and very, very exceptional. Now, that is why only for special categories, for example, women who are survivors of rape or incest or minors, or there has been change in the marital status. For example, that woman earlier was married, right now they are widowed or divorced, or women with disabilities, or in various emergencies or disasters, this is permitted. The last category is actually the most serious category, that is beyond 24 weeks. Here, that woman needs permission from the state medical board. And this is only allowed for various serious fetal disease or various physical issues or various other issues with the unborn baby, right? So firstly, the medical board of the state government, it will be looking into a detailed examination. Doctors and all experts will be consulted, and there is no upper limit here. That is, even one day before delivery, that fetus can be terminated legally, right? And in all these aspects, the consent of the husband is not important, consent of the in-laws is not important, consent of the parents are not important. Here only the consent of the pregnant woman is important, because that woman is actually bearing the child. And in all through this process, privacy has to be ensured. The names, details and everything has to be kept confidential by the hospital. And it is actually a crime which can be amounted to even jail and fines if privacy is hampered, right? So this is exactly what brings me to the present case. Now look at this one, guys. 2 weeks ago, the Bombay High Court denied a 28-week abortion to a teenager. Why? Because the teenager told that carrying the child or giving birth to the child would cause mental trauma, because the teen or the teenager is not yet an adult, and that particular girl is not yet be able to, say, cope up with bringing a child while she is almost a child herself, right? So this is exactly why the girl approached the Bombay High Court and told the Bombay High Court that, okay, you give me the relief in this case. Bombay High Court told no, because mental trauma is not actually a ground under the beyond 24 or 28 weeks of termination of pregnancy, right? It can only be possible if the fetus is facing some deep abnormalities. The Bombay High Court told that the fetus is healthy, right? And your mental trauma is not enough to justify your case, right? So the Bombay High Court actually went ahead with the fact that right now your baby is almost having a life and soon will be delivered. It is much more important than your mental stress. But Supreme Court clarified by bringing in the Indian societal dimensions, and that is why always in life you also have to follow balanced approach. Supreme Court told that in India as of now, we have a lot of importance to Indian family law and protecting family honor versus pure individual rights. This is also a kind of a conflicting and controversial statement, but yeah, it is applicable in the broader Indian jurisprudence at the end of the day. In the comments, you let me know whether you agree with this or not. But yeah, the Supreme Court told that, okay, this girl can go ahead with the abortion because mental trauma can impact the child going forward. Mental trauma can alienate the newborn child after delivery. Maybe the mother, the teen mother, will not be able to take care of the child properly. If you go onto YouTube, you will be seeing so many videos of teen mothers, mainly from US and even from India, where their lives are totally turned upside down, where she would go to actually schools and colleges to get education and jobs. They are actually handling the various child and their upbringing and various other issues, which is totally leading to the lack of development of their skills and education, right? So that is why you cannot force a woman to carry an unwanted pregnancy, which violates her autonomy. So this was much needed case and relief for this woman and also for various other women who are facing some similar issues. So this was all for this one. Now we'll be moving on to the next one.